game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's Michael Badgley now to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
First carry for the legend, it's Bo Jackson. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On second down, it's Jackson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. Here's Michael Vick. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
They come out here in the eye. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. And that is caught. Herman Moore. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. Escapes the defender. A big play there for Minnesota. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Jackson. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll run now with Okoye. Now the ball comes loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
He doesn't give many opportunities to carry it, so he's got to maximize. In this case, after dropping it like that, I think his number's going to go way down. What do you think?
Yeah, and sometimes those fullbacks, let's just be frank, they usually don't have the hands that the running back does.
And it's hard for them because they do so much blocking. A lot of times, their hands actually get beat up in the process, and it's hard for them to hold on to the football.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. A second down throw for Young. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Steve Young. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Man open, it's Moss, complete. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They'll start here with Jackson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On 2nd down now, it's Jackson. He'll get 3 up to midfield. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd down, here's Bo. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go. He's crossing. He's checking credit. Check 99.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 44-yard line.
Check 59. Get that quarterback.
They'll try to throw it here. Vick. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. On 2nd and 11 now. Vick. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, Vick. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
After the made field goal, Elam back out to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play action now. Here's Steve Young. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Yo, go! Hey, Alpha! Get it!
On 2nd down, Barkley. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Young now from the 50. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. He was going for Gates, his tight end that time. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
That's it, baby.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
Check 26, check 26.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
36, check 3, check 3. Joker. Check,
They'll run with a big man, Bo Jackson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
59 mark, check, 59. Let's set a tone, fellas, let's set a tone. Check 31,
On third down, Vick. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing, Young. And he's going to go down again. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This will be taken short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Young. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's make these babies cry. Christian, travel. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Check the backer, check the backer.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is going to be incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They'll run again with Jackson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. From the shotgun, it's Vick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Aaron Donald getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Saquon Barkley running right. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. On 3rd and 1, here's Young. Buying time to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Watch the whip. Check. Out.
Here's Young. They'll indeed go for it. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And the play clock becoming an issue, so Mike Zimmer's forced to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They run with Jackson out of the gun. Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They run again with Jackson. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the 3rd quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Vic to throw on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Ready. Watch the curve.
On 1st and 10, Young. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Now Saquon Barkley. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 34. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now Harris. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now Young. Being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. Young to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end, he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
They'll run on first down. Jackson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Jackson finding room at the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Bone. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Vick. It's caught by Jackson. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And this is going to be 49er football.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Watch left, watch left, watch left.
Young now after the fumble recovery. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Hey, Charlie, watch the screen. 45, 45. Mike, 45. Check back. 45, 45, 45. Mike, 45.
Here's Young. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. And Young's throw there incomplete. Herman Moore is the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. They'll look to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Young now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a first and 10.
Check, check. Lucky. Blue jaw Porker. Kill. Ready.
Back to throw. taken down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. One last shot for Young. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular effect.